I think that's one of the issues that we see in today's society is that there's not a solid foundation, and I'm one to talk because I've been divorced twice, but I didn't have a solid foundation in either
Yeah.
marriage, and,
Right, right.
I
Yep.
think that's you said it really best growing up, we're kinda fed this line of what we're supposed to do, save the damsel in distress, and, I was given the nickname years ago, Captain Save-A-Hoe, because 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 of
I
yeah.
am freaking feeling that. That is awesome.
I wanna get in trouble on this one, but yeah, so I think
Oh my god.
but I had a lot of insecurity, man, and it stemmed from childhood,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like this constant fight or flight, is she gonna leave me? Is she talking to this guy or,
Yeah. Yeah.
that, and so I
Now,
think it
here's the funny thing though, right? Because most women watching this, I don't know what percentage of your audience are women, but
more than you think.
all the women are looking at you going, "What?
Yeah.
This guy is so gorgeous, right? How could he ever freaking think that's gonna happen? No woman in her right mind is gonna leave him, right?"
Hmm,
So,
they did.
of course, they said the same thing about me. I'm just kidding. But the point is,
You got a cool
that's
jacket
how
on.
we think. It doesn't matter if it's
Yeah,
true, right? It's what we're telling ourselves, right?
yeah,
You know? And we have this voice that becomes an extension of our parents, right? So initially, our parents are telling us we're not good enough, either
right,
directly or indirectly.
right,
Then we go to school that also tells you you're not good enough, right?
mhm,
And then finally, you just start telling yourself you don't even need those other people anymore. Now you've got that programmed in your mind.
yep,
You got that inner voice that keeps telling you that, right? Man, it's hard to break. But yeah, for the foundation, man, is so freaking important. So I think of three things. Now, these are not the only thing, but these are really, I think, foundational. And they got to be in the right order, right? So God is number one, right? Because, and you say, why does God have to be one? Shouldn't my wife be? No, God should be number one. Why? Because you can never lose God, right? And if you know that deeply within your soul and your spirit, then you're never going to be left alone, you know? And I'm not saying your family are ever going to leave you, but if sometimes it breaks down, man. You know that, right?
oh,
Sometimes
yeah,
it breaks down with your family. You still
yeah,
got God.
yep,
So family second, and then your career. Unfortunately, people get those in the wrong order, right? Not everybody, again, we're generalizing, right? But a lot of people get those in the wrong. And I say, if you get them in the wrong order, your life will be out of order,
yep, it's true.
right?
And I wanna expand it for a second on number 1 with God, and this is something I had to learn. I never loved myself. I hated myself really until my, 2nd divorce, until I really got sober and really developed a and I'm talking relationship with God, not just going to a church because there's a
Yeah.
difference.
Actually, if you
And
go to church, they can take you in the wrong direction.
100%. Yeah, yeah, 100%, man, 100%. But I
Mhm.
think if you can learn to love yourself, then you got that relationship with God, and then you can kinda see how that goes in that order because I think some people get it mixed up because they feel like, "Well, my kids gotta come first." And I was the guy when I was married that put my kids first. I didn't put my wife first. I definitely didn't put God first. I mean,
Right, right.
so I like that. I really like that you said that because I think people, especially the men listening to this episode,
Mhm.
need to hear that because that
Yeah,
is so important, man, so
yeah.
important.
I there's so many different ways. It's the truth, man.
Mhm.
Truth. Because without that, and again, we're talking about foundation. It's a
Yeah.
solid foundation, right?
Yep.
And you're gonna build that it's like building a house,
Yep.
right? Build
100%.
the house of God, right? I got a
Yep.
quick funny story for you like this one, right?
Okay.
It's about Jesus. So, there's the janitor at the church is outside the church, right? And he's cleaning things up. And then he sees Jesus there. And he goes, Jesus goes, "Well, how come you're not in the church? How come you're not inside?" He said, "Man, they won't let me in." He says to Jesus, "Are you going in there?" He said, "Am I going in there?" He said, "Listen, you think you've got problems. They won't even let me in."
That's sad but true, man. That's
And
sad but
right,
true. Yeah, sad but
so I'll
true.